Is it working? It is working. Oh yes, I forgot to tell you guys in the last video, look at my nails. I know there's no design on them, but I wanted to go for a more elegant look. So I just chose this. And also shaved armpits, which I don't do. I do not like shaving my fucking armpits. But today we're gonna be doing another Am I the Asshole? And I don't know how I feel about reading these, because the last Am I the Asshole questions were like really shitty. Like really shitty. So we're just gonna test our luck with these ones. We're gonna do 3 and we're gonna call it a day because I don't wanna do more than 3. Okay, so the first one is, am I the asshole for using my kids' college accounts for my retirement? I'm confused if I'm being a dick, so my friend pointed me here.
I have a college account for each kid. They all have like around 50K at the moment. Now my oldest went to trade school and we used his account to pay for that. It was relatively cheap. My daughter went to a small cheap community college before she dropped out. She's now married and a stay-at-home mom. So both of the accounts still have a ton of money in them and the 2 kids are well established at this point. The oldest makes 6 figures at this point and my daughter married well off, and if they did divorce she would get a lot. So I emptied the accounts to use for my retirement. I mentioned it at dinner and they were pissed, saying they still deserve the money even though it was for college only and they never put a cent in. They both called me a dick. They asked why I could retire early. I told them the reason. I wasn't going to hide it. They knew money was in the account. It would have came up eventually, if not for them but asking if they could use the extra for their kids.
Okay, so basically you saved money for them for college. So it was specifically just for college, right? And they did not need the money and the money was still there. And so you needed retirement money because everybody needs retirement money. First of all, I don't think people understand how retirement works. Not everybody gets like a load of money when they retire. Like some people retire and they end up on the streets poor. And I don't know your financial situation, but you seem to be good, well off here. Like you got 150K for all 3 of your kids. All 3 or all 2? 2 kids. So you have enough money for the 2 of your kids, but also 50K is not a lot, so I don't know. It seems like a healthy amount, but I'm guessing you needed it and they didn't need it because it was for college and nothing else. And so you used it for yourself because you saved it for them for college, nothing else besides college. And so, yeah, I think you're good. You're not an asshole. I don't know why they called you a dick. Honestly, you're a dick for telling them. You should have never told them. Why are you telling your business? See, that is your fault. You should have never told them that you emptied their accounts, because like I would be mad too. Oh, you saved them money. Actually, I wouldn't be mad because you saved it for college and I didn't need it. So I don't know. I think your kids are just spoiled brats. And but if they want to use the extra for their kids, I mean, it's your choice if you want to give it to them or not, but honestly, you used it for their college fund. Like, they seem already rich. Like, okay, so one's making like 6 figures, right? So they're fine. They don't need that money. I don't know what the problem is. And then if your daughter's married to a well-off rich man, then I don't see the problem with that either. So I think you just raised a bunch of spoiled brats, and that's where you're the asshole. So, yeah, next question. Oh, and bottom line is you're not the asshole, but you are the asshole for a different reason. Got it? Thank you, Muffin. All right. Next one. Am I the asshole for not waking my boyfriend up for work in time, even though I could? Oh, this seems like a long one, so we're going to do text-to-speech again for this. Because JJ doesn't read. Even though I make fun of everybody else for not reading, I just don't read.
My 29F boyfriend, 35M, has been living with me since he landed his first engineering job 2 months ago. I have been the one to wake him up several times when I notice he's sleeping in. He has his first alarm at 7, then one at 7:10. He has to leave at 7:45 max if he wants to get to his workplace by 8 a.m. I work from home. I'm a freelancer, so I have no need to wake up that early. On the times I realized he hasn't moved from bed and it's past 7:30, he would get really mad when I woke him up, yelling, "Why didn't you wake me up sooner? Today I woke up at 7 a.m. by his alarm clock. As we sleep together, he woke up, turned it off, and went back to sleep like he usually does until the 7:10 alarm. Then he turned off the 7:10 alarm and went back to sleep again. I wasn't really paying attention to the time, but I was using my phone as some clients were texting me already. I kept looking at my boyfriend from time to time, and he would open his eyes at me, smile, and nod, then close his eyes again. Here's where I might be the a-hole. I checked the time and it was already 7:37. I look at him calmly. He smiles, and I ask, "Do you know what time is it?" To which he answered, "Probably 7:25 or so." Then he took his phone and saw it was 7:37 and rushed off to the bathroom, slamming the door. As he was putting his clothes on, he was arguing, "It's an a-hole move of yours to not tell me the time earlier. Because of that I'm going to be late and will leave without even brushing my teeth." I told him that I didn't mean to make him pissed off, but that being on time for his work isn't my responsibility. To which he said, "If you are awake and capable of helping out, but you decide not to, then you are an a-hole. I get that we are a couple and should help each other, and he's the one paying for all the food and half the bills. So the last thing I want is for him to lose his job because of tardiness." I was not troubled about being an a-hole until the moment he retaliated back at me in a pretty nasty way. Before leaving for work in a rush, he blew his nose on my favorite towel, leaving butchers on it, and said, "You have that white towel on the bathroom to make it look pretty, right?" He's in general a very good partner, so I was appalled that he would retaliate like that, which made me rethink if I should just keep waking him up if he sleeps in, as I'm already awake and I'm capable of doing it.
Girl, first of fucking all, you need to break up with him, because first of all, you're not having a boyfriend, you have a roommate. Because why does he just pay half the bills? But I'm not gonna get into that because I'm not sure a seven. But break up with him immediately. It's also not your job to wake him up. Like, that's his responsibility. You're just his girlfriend. You're just his partner. And especially since you've already been doing it, and he gets mad at you when you do wake him up, he sounds pretty ungrateful and kind of an asshole. Not only that, but the way he opens his eyes and smiles at you when he knows he's supposed to get up early, it sounds like he needs to get his shit together. Because he's doing it on purpose. He's treating you like a little slave. You're not his alarm clock, his phone is. You don't need to be paying bills. You don't need to be paying half the bills. Like, you don't need to be paying anything at all. So this guy's an asshole, and also blowing his nasty ass nose on your towel was very rude and very disrespectful and kind of out of order, and he needs to wash that for you and apologize to you. None of this is your fault because you tried waking him up before, like you were being a good partner, and he didn't even like that himself. You're not the asshole, but you kind of are because you're still with him, and I don't know why you're doing that. I don't know if you have any self-worth or self-esteem issues, but let me tell you something. Life is too short to be treated like shit all the time, and he's treating you like shit. You need to go find something better, because this is not good. I don't know how in general he's a very good partner, because it sounds like he's a dick and a half. I can tell he smells like shit too. So yeah, break up with him, please. And I don't want to talk about this again. Am I the asshole for telling my black friend she'd be able to get any man? I can tell what the answer is already, but I'm just going to read it anyways to explain to you guys, because a lot of you guys have a different perspective than us black women do.
My friend, Black 21F, and I, Asian 19FR, both college students, and we met during a mentoring program. We've become kind of close, and she let me know she has been crushing on this white man. She told me that she shouldn't be crushing on him though because he's white and probably doesn't like black girls. I said to her that she's a baddie and that any man would be lucky to have her. She became upset as she said I was invalidating her experiences as a black female and that I shouldn't just assume. I originally meant it as a compliment, but Aita?
Oh, actually, I'm gonna fix this up for you, and I'm gonna wrap this up because they're gonna kick me out soon. No, you're not an asshole, you're just doing a compliment, but for coming from her side, we do have to watch out to see which guys like black girls and which guys don't, because you know, it's a little bit different than other races of girls, because other races of girls can have any like one they want because their skin's lighter, but like the darker you are, the more harder your life is going to be. But you're fine. Your friend just seems a little sensitive, and I think she just didn't really get what you were trying to say. But yeah, you're not the asshole. And have a nice day, guys. And I love you. Bye.